Far too many people wake up every single morning in their 40s and wondering, how the hell did I get here? Because they would choose to pick a career before they could legally buy a beer. Do we really need college degrees? We train our kids from the time they are born to study, not because for the love of learning, but so that they can pass standardized tests. That becomes their goal, pass the standardized test. And then this continues. Then you have to get a good GPA in college. Then you got to apply to grad school. Then you got to do well on your LSAT so you can become a lawyer. But why do people even want to have these careers in the first place? Often we have 18 and 19-year-olds choosing means goals rather than ends goals. Do you know, for example, that 50% of female lawyers are clinically depressed? But why do people become lawyers? Because they see it on TV, they don't know better. They watch shows like Ally McBeal, like law school applications went up after LA Law and Ally McBeal. And so what happens is, you have all these people blindly following the herd like sheep. Now why does this happen? Means goals. The goal in their head was a means to an end. But what happens if you get rid of the mean and you directly pursue the end? So what are the ends? What are the end goals? Well, of course, happiness is one, right? But happiness is a little bit too vague. What are truly the end goals that define us, that make us lead awesome lives, that will make us know that on the day we die, we did not waste it? So the thing is, there are three things that if you answer these three questions, it sets you on the path to end goals. Now, the first one is, what experiences do I want in my life? The second is, how do I want to grow? And the third is, how do I want to contribute to the world? Experiences, growth, contribution. Why did I pick these three? Well, I pick experiences because I believe that we are souls having a physical experience. As C.S. Lewis said, right? You do not have a soul. You are a soul. What you have is a body. But if you buy into that model of reality, why are we here in the first place? I believe it's for the human experience. It's to fall in love. It's to travel. It's to be mesmerized at the sheer beauty of planet Earth. It's to have kids. It's to raise them. It's to pay huge bills to send them off to colleges which don't make any sense in the first place. It's the human experience, and it's beautiful. So that's why we put experiences there. Now, experiences could also be the experience of driving a luxury car, living in a beautiful home, dining in 5-star restaurants. Those are beautiful experiences, which you can put as your goals as well. Now, why growth? It's because Tony Robbins gave a remarkable TED Talk, and he said there are two great spiritual needs. If you do not fulfill these two needs, your psyche, your soul feels deprived, and you may be happy, but you will not be fulfilled. And those two were growth and contribution. Growth meaning the desire to grow. While we are here to have experiences, we're also here to grow, to learn, to remind ourselves, to be reminded of our own greatness, to pick up new skills, to challenge our brain. That's also such a wonderful thing about being human. And the final one is to contribute. I believe we're all connected. That's the model that I choose for the world. There is a theory called the Gaia hypothesis by James Lovelock that says that the entire planet Earth is one giant organism, and we are all connected. Not just you and me and everyone else in this room, but us and nature and the oceans and the atmosphere and the seas. We are all connected. So, contribution then becomes paramount, because if we are all connected, then one of the surest ways to elevate happiness and have meaning is to contribute to fellow human beings. Studies show that when you give, when you contribute, levels of happiness go up. People who volunteer tend to be happier. People who do good work for the world tend to be happier. It's just a wonderful way of making yourself happy. So these three questions become a framework that I use to understand people. I love this quote by Joe Vitale. As you're writing down these goals, you want to do a quick little mental check. A good goal should scare you a little and excite you a lot. So ask yourself, does this goal scare me slightly? But does it excite you? It should scare you a little. Because if it isn't scaring you, you aren't dreaming big enough. And it should excite you, because if it doesn't excite you, you picked a means goal and not an end goal. I wasn't excited about getting a college degree as I was going through it. But I did it because I felt that was the way the world operated. And I wouldn't be able to get a good job if I did not have that degree. So you want to make sure that you pick a goal that truly excites you. I'm not saying college is unnecessary. What I'm saying is, learning, education, should be something that is an end goal. That means you want to learn for the sake of learning, not for the sake of passing a standardized test, because that's the only path you can see. Okay, so the good goals must scare you a little. That's your check to know that you're dreaming bigger. And they should excite you. That's your check to know that you've picked a worthy end goal.